It's a normal Wednesday afternoon when all of a sudden, a very strong radio transmission is received from space. It states the following: all nuclear weapons have been removed from your world. Any attempts to recreate them will fail. Only one remains. Coordinates: 90 degrees north. Within minutes, world leaders are in emergency meetings. Military officials rush to their silos and submarines, only to find empty chambers where warheads used to be. The bombs are literally just gone. And there's supposedly only one left, sitting at the exact center of the North Pole. And immediately, American submarines are commanded to change course, Russian icebreakers fire up their engines, and Chinese aircraft scramble. Everybody wants that bomb. However, there's a small Norwegian research team that's already there, camped just 3 miles from the pole for climate studies. Upon hearing the news, their lead scientist grabs 2 of their teammates, throws them on snowmobiles, and races toward the coordinates. Of course, they arrive first, and then they see it, a single, small, nuclear warhead just sitting on top of the ice. But as they creep closer to inspect it, they begin to hear helicopters. Russian forces land on one side. American soldiers rappel down on the other. Everyone's weapons are drawn, all pointed at each other in a tense circle around the bomb. Nobody can move without triggering a firefight. The research team is stuck right in the middle, hands up, trying not to become international incidents. But that's when they hear a plane. A small cargo aircraft drops altitude fast, and before anyone can react, it deploys a cargo net. The net snags the warhead, and the plane pulls up hard, ripping the bomb off the ice. Gunfire erupts, but it's too late. The aircraft disappears into the Arctic haze, vanishing in a matter of seconds. And 3 days later, the world gets an answer. A broadcast is posted on various social media networks. An anonymous figure appears on screen, sitting in an undisclosed location. He announces himself as a successful tech billionaire, and behind him, mounted on a wall like a trophy, is the nuclear warhead. "I now possess the only nuclear weapon on Earth," he says calmly. "I will not use it for conquest or profit. But I will use it if any nation attempts to invade another. Consider me the referee. Break the rules, and there will be consequences." The world erupts in outrage. The United Nations condemns him, and various countries' leaders deem him an international terrorist. But all we know is that his facility is hidden somewhere, probably buried deep underground. And despite every intelligence agency on Earth trying to find him, they all fail. Years pass, and the world adapts to this strange new reality. Without the threat of mutually assured destruction, some regional conflicts actually heat up. Conventional wars break out in places that had been kept stable by nuclear deterrence. But the major superpowers still stay cautious, because that one bomb still exists, and nobody wants to push the limits of what is considered worthy enough of that nuclear strike. He may be the most powerful person on Earth, but also the most hunted. Various large tech companies are examined by governments and breached by hackers daily in an attempt to find any connection to the anonymous billionaire. But he always manages to stay one step ahead, moving between hidden facilities when compromised and surrounded by loyal security. For 15 years, this is how the world operates. One man, one bomb, holding the entire planet in an uneasy balance. Then, the billionaire dies of a heart attack at age 72. The world holds its breath. Where's the bomb? Who inherits control? Is there a successor? His lawyer releases a final recorded message. The billionaire appears on screen one last time, but he looks different. Peaceful, almost amused. "If you're watching this, I'm already gone," he says, "and I have a confession to make. That bomb, I destroyed it. 12 years ago, actually. The uranium was ground up into tiny pieces and dumped into the sea. It would be impossible for anybody to find it all." The message continues. The truth is, the bomb was never what kept the peace. It was the belief that it existed. For over a decade, the most powerful weapon on Earth was a lie, and you all behaved better because of it. Maybe that says something about humanity. Maybe we don't need the weapons. We just need to believe that somebody is watching. The recording abruptly ends. And across the world, in military command centers and government offices, people sit in stunned silence. The bomb that ruled the world for 15 years never existed at all. In the years that follow, the world actually doesn't descend into chaos, as some predicted. Instead, nations move cautiously forward, having learned that the threat of destruction, real or not, had given them an excuse to show the restraint that they possessed all along.